got the angle correct. There we go. I think that's where we want her. Bench adjusted. Let's get to it. All right. I don't have a lot of time to train tonight. I was supposed to train at 6, but I had to take the kids to an event. And it was a last minute thing because my wife, her injuries were acting up on her. So I'm way late. Let me see here. I'm going to try to reconnect chat here. I'm disconnected. We got... Hey, brother. I just sold the mud tires to my four-wheeler for $700. Damn! Yeah, I still need you to do a Cash App so I can shoot you some money for all the help you've been providing me with. All right, I'm going to have to refresh this. Old Bessie here. I'm going to try to get a new laptop tomorrow. I get my second paycheck for this new job, and I get paid weekly. And I should be bringing home about $3,600 this week. Let's see. Sold in profit almost $200. I've had them almost about a year or so. Nice. Man, I had one of my prized possessions. I had what year was it? A 1991 two-door 4Runner stick shift with 34-inch Mickey Thompsons. I know they were the BF Goodrich, the Kevlar ones. And when my daughter was born, Molycorp had closed down, and they gave us 6 months severance pay. So I was living off of that, and it was really cool because when my daughter's a newborn, I just got to stay home with her. But when we were getting towards the end of that money, and it was time to think about going back to work, there was nothing in Vegas, and we were looking at the move. So, what's up, sweetheart?
Oh, hey. I just wanted to say thank you so much for
I'm
dinner.
live, just so you know. Amazing. Was it good? Did you like it?
Yeah.
You get the hiccups.
I do.
Was that good?
Yeah, it was good.
Dad did his ramen noodles.
Yeah. Definitely, they don't all taste the same. And I think that one was the best.
Well, most people think ramen noodles, they think like the packages.
Yeah.
Like we make actual ramen noodles, like real ones.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna head in now. See ya.
Do me a favor, check on Mom, will you?
Oh yeah, I was actually about to do that. Crazy.
So for anybody that's joining and you're wondering why I'm benching with this bar, it's because it gives you an extended 4 inches range of motion. And if you want real pectoral muscle growth, stretching the muscles out and working from a compromised position is the best way for hypertrophy. Hypertrophy. Boom. A little tempo. 1, 2, 3. Fire off the chest. 1, 2, 3. Boom. 1, 2, 3. Boof. 2, 3. Boom. Yeah. All right. Well, I forgot I was going with the Forerunner story, but I didn't want to sell it. My wife, she was asking $5,000 for it. I mean, the tires alone were probably $2,000. But I said, you're not going to get more than Blue Book for it. And I'll be damned if someone didn't give her every penny of that. And then as soon as I sold it, like a week later, I got a job. I'm like, yeah, dude, I love ramen. I mean, you could just take the regular packets of ramen and cut some leeks up or some green onions, put a little cilantro in it, add some chicken breast, slice up an egg. Hell yeah, baby. But you can just buy actual ramen noodles, like the refrigerated ones. If you want to be gourmet. I got no bones about it though. A good old packing of Nissan ramen noodles, 59 cents. So when I was living poor, trying to, people are like, so they always tell people that are broke to eat like peanut butter and things of that nature because it's got a lot of protein in it. But the type of protein, and it's got tons of sugar. And it's like you could just go buy packages of ramen noodles and you can, if you're like broke, you can get cans of tuna or cans of like white chicken breast or even just like the chunk like chicken like at the dollar store. And you dump a couple cans of that in there, man, you got a meal that's like pretty decent. You got your carbs, the noodles. It's just, I think for the most part they're just they're not. Most of them are not rice noodles. I think they're like wheat. Like so they're just like bread. Oh, Bobby, what's up? So Bob, or those messages I sent you earlier. Actually, I'm gonna turn the sound off real quick. Uh, Christina was supposed to take the kids to a function, but her neck was acting up. So at the last minute, they asked me to take the girls. It was right before I was supposed to stream at 6 o'clock. And I said, yeah, I'm not, like, they were like, Dad, please, it's a birthday. And I'm like, yeah, I got you. I was like, well, who's got money? And Mom's got money, but she's all the way across town at Granny's house, and I got a half hour to get them there. I'm like, I'm broke. I don't have any cash on me. I don't get paid till the night. Like, I have nothing. Like, what am I supposed to do? So, I went on a mission, and I managed to scrounge up $45, and it was enough to get the girls in, and all three of them. So it all worked out. Arcades Design, what's up? I'm going to some motorcycle dealers, test out some bikes to see what I feel comfortable. The last bike I rode, it was Indian. It looked like a beefed up sporty. What was that thing? And it had I want to say it was 1,000 cc. Nice bike. Well, so I'm broke right now, but I got this new job, and we're gonna be rolling in the dough. It's like I've been broke for 4 months, but now all of the money from my side jobs that I've been doing, YouTube, the new job, everything is hitting all at once. So I'm gonna be like ghetto rich here in about a week. DoorDash. No, so I do like carpentry, a couple times a year I'll do like we'll go to a house and do like a twisted, bend and twist staircase or a freestander or with wainscoting, fireplace surrounds, bars, that kind of thing. And I I'll we'll do like a house in Rhodes Ranch. It was a $30,000 staircase that took 3 weeks, and then I hire a couple of people to help me out with it. Then you got to pay the finishers, and then once materials are paid for, once everything, all the logistics are squared away, my take home is $15,000 for me. Um, but the way it works out is you might not see that money for 6 months. Sometimes you have to fight with whoever the generals are if it's a new housing track, or it's better to do like private, like people that do like home equity, things like that nature, because then you can like deal with cash up front. But a lot of times I'll do jobs and or they'll pay quarterly, and they try to screw the little guy over. And sometimes you got to go to court and fight for it. And you wind up getting pennies on the dollars. But so that's why I don't do it's why I'm not a general contractor. I try to stay under the like $10,000, because then I don't really even have to have a license. But I sometimes just do 2 or 3 side jobs a year. Sometimes like as cheap as $5,000 if you want to do you want to put in a nice like bar in your backyard by the pool or something. And like when that way I can, like, if I want to take a few months off a year, I can still do that and scare up enough money so that we can live comfortably with I got my retirement, I've got my VA, I got my 401k and all that stuff. So I've got a lot of money that's tied up, but I can leverage against it. Or I mean, if I had to, I got a couple $100,000 of equity in the house. We own all our vehicles. If I really needed to, I could sell one of the cars. I don't own anything that fancy. I got a Tahoe, I got a Mustang GT, and I got a little Chevy and a Sonic. But I could, like, literally, if we were broke and like needed money, I could take it down to CarMax right now and get $5,000 for it. Things like that. Not having a car bill is so Ford calls me 3 times a month asking me to trade my GT, and they're like, oh, the new Mustangs have 500 horsepower. It's like this thing's I got about 10 grand in the engine, and we dynoed it. It's putting like 390, almost 400 horsepower to the wheels. It's got a 373 rear end and on a Tremec 5-speed short shifter, and it naturally aspirated. All that work we did to that car, and it's barely pushing 400 horsepower. The new Mustangs, right off the showroom floor, they're over 500 horsepower. But you're looking at, like, if you can't put 30% down, that's a $700 a month car payment, and then you got a couple $100 a month insurance. And what does $700 a month buy me that's so much better than what I've got in the driveway right now? It's not like I'm fucking racing it in rush hour traffic. I'm not taking it to the track. It's like nobody gives a fuck about some 51-year-old douchebag driving around in a car that's like a rich person's probably gift for their 16-year-old on their birthday. It's not like a Mustang's like, it's not a Bugatti, but it's a nice car. It's paid for, and I like it. I'm a mechanic, so we like tinkering with stuff. We're gonna put a Edelbrock supercharger on it, and that we could tune that motherfucker with the way it is right now. I've beefed up the drivetrain, and I've set it up so we could probably tune it to 600-700 horsepower, which is gonna be pushing the maximum that little 4.6 can put out. It might blow up the fucking engine. The engine's $15,000. The Tahoe she has, it threw a rod, so rather than buy a new Tahoe, so with all the stuff that this one has, it's fully loaded. They want over $100,000 for a new one, and so I said to her, I said, We put a brand new engine in it from Chevy. It's a Chevy. It's a rebuild, but it's got a warranty, 6 years, 60,000 or 60,000 miles, whatever, and a new transmission. I said if we put a new engine, new transmission in it, you're gonna keep this thing, right? And I've already got offers for $20,000 for it, and I think the Blue Book's probably $6,000. But that's just the way the market is now with the new cars. So my point is, I spent $15,000. I got this thing, so it'll drive another 300,000 miles, and it's paid for. I don't have any car notes. But the point I was making is, we got this thing tuned up, and it's putting out like it's only like 350 horsepower the way it's set up, but it's got over 300 foot-pounds of torque. And on those big 20-inch wheels, that thing scoots. That fucking Tahoe smokes off the line. Yeah, dude. I mean, since I'm XRP XLM, since I'm living the dream, dude, I've got everything a man could possibly want. I'm not fancy. I got a little 1,600 square foot house. We've got a huge garden and a pool in the backyard. I got 30 chickens. I got a giant chicken coop. We're gonna get some goats. I got my zoo. I got my dogs. I got my cats. I got the turtles. Like we got this awesome parakeet named Sunshine. So in my bedroom, because the dogs are big, she likes Saint Bernards and stuff like that. Uh, I was always fighting for bed space, so I built a custom frame for a bed that goes all the way across the bedroom. It's the entire length of the bedroom. It's 14 feet long. Actually, maybe between 14 and 16 feet long, and it's got two. Was it the California Kings, the ones that are perfectly square, basically sandwiched together, the custom mattress topper, so there's no seam in the middle. So when you roll around, you don't have like that big gap. So it's seamless. It's just like one giant fucking bed, and everybody that comes over and sees this thing, they're like, "Holy shit! It's like the coolest bed ever." I've got little steps on it, so like one of her older dogs, like they're 200-pound Saint Bernards, they can walk up and get up on there, and I still have to fight them because when I get up in the middle of the night to take a piss, Bernard goes over and curls up in my spot. You got this giant 16-foot bed, and you got to, you know, but I think it's pretty bitchin'. We did all the shelves, I built everything, our entertainment center, it's all of it's like red oak, custom wood, and I built it into the walls. So look in the living room, all of the entertainment centers, all the shelving. We did with the windows, instead of putting shelves on the windows, we built the sills so they come in. So it's like a reverse bay window, so she could put her plants on there. And then we got the big fish tanks. We got two 200-gallon fish tanks, and they are the dividing line between the living room and the kitchen area. So instead of seeing a pony wall, you just see these two big ass fish tanks, and it looks pretty bitchin'. And it's all like work we did, and it was super cheap. You build it yourself. It just takes time. Like this workbench, I made that out of scrap wood, and it's built into the garage, and it's ugly as fuck. But that was made out of all repurposed lumber. When we moved in the house, we tore out. They had these weird homemade fucking rape dungeons. Like he had three pantries in a row on both sides of the garage with 3 doors. And you open a door and you're like, there's no shelves or anything in there. It's just a room. So that whoever owned this house, I don't know what the fuck they were doing in the garage, but they had basically 6 compartments, and it looked like a prison. It looked like someone was using the garage as a prison. And it was creepy as fuck. But we tore all those out, and then I had all this lumber, and I had the door frames, I had the doors. I took the doors, I laminated them together, and I made a workbench, and I topped it with a big old 3/8 masonite on the top of it, so it's a nice working surface. I got a table router that's built in there. I've got a drill press. I got a lathe. I got everything you want for fabricating. You know, like if you want to do like your gunsmithing. I got a full automotive shop. I've got a big ass 5.5 horsepower compressor that runs all my air tools. If I pull all the weights out, I can turn it into. It's like one day it's a tire center, and the next day it's a training center, and for the disabled and the mildly retarded. So I don't know. It's just like it's it's home. Got a big old fucking trampoline in the front yard. I got a basketball hoop. I got everything, man. And it's just my little home, my little like this retarded alcoholic, drug addict, homeless veteran managed to get his shit together enough to buy a little house, and I've got an amazing wife and kids, and they still tolerate me enough to keep me around. uh, yeah, see, the cool thing about Vegas though is like once you get over the Strip and you live outside of that, there's so much to do here. We got Mount Charleston, you got Red Rock, you can go up the mountains, you can go like your sand rails or off roading. We got you can open fire gun ranges down. You can go shoot in the desert. There's hunting. It's all you got Death Valley. You got the Valley of Fire. It's beautiful, and it's all within an hour in any direction. Fuck the Strip. The Strip is a giant outdoor mall, and it sucks. It's fun if you guys come to town, like, we go down there and hang out for a night or whatever. But the Strip's retarded. Like, nobody that lives here does that shit. Lake Mead is still there, and actually, they started filling it. It actually gained some water. I don't know how. Hold on, I'm gonna grab my coffee real quick. But you know what? This is what happens. Lake Mead finally gets a couple feet, and next thing you know, they call off like the water like shortage, and everybody's like fucking growing. It's like, okay, just because we made a little headway doesn't mean you start treating it like it's full again. It's still like 14 feet lower than what it should be. Gen X failed their Christian duty. In what way do you say that? What is our Christian duty there? 3938. 501 big guy. We got Burker 76 bars. What's up? Keep the content from Epstein, Charlie Kirk, and Diddy. I don't even know how to make sense of that, but we'll do our best. I fought in your general direction, Larson. Now go away, or I'll taunt you a second time. How much can you lift? Well, it depends on which lift we're talking about. My total combined of the 3 lifts, before I got my injury in March, was about 1,750 pounds. My best in competition is 1,650, or roughly about half of your mom's ass. But being in a large city and having a garage with BDSM rooms, dude, I'm telling you, it was the weirdest fucking shit. When we moved, I opened up the garage door and I see like, this is a beautiful, like these older homes, they're like 2.5 car garages and they're really deep, so it's got like enough. So I got my laundry room on the end here. It's got the washer dryer, and there's plenty of room. I could pull the Tahoe. I could pull a full size vehicle in here all the way, close the garage door, and there's still room to get around it. He had it so there was just enough room for basically one vehicle with the doors open, and on each side was 3 of these, I don't know, pantries, what do you call them, each with a door and with no shelves or anything inside of them. And I was like, what the fuck was he doing in here? And I asked the neighbors, like, did you know this guy? And they're like, oh, he's a friendly dude, and go, he dressed like a clown sometimes, like, all right. Like, I don't even know, like, you can ask my wife, it was the creepiest shit I'd ever seen, and we started asking about, what the guy was into, what he was doing, and, so, in the backyard, he was building a fountain, which I'm finishing. I'm turning it into a turtle pond, and, we're taking the cinder blocks out, and every cinder block has, whatever the not cement, the grout shit that you pour to put the bricks together. It was filled with that, and each one had a can of Old Milwaukee with the pull tabs in each cavity of every single brick. So every single block I pulled out of the backyard had a beer can, Old Milwaukee pull tabs. So homeboy would just go back there, brick, glug glug, smash, put it inside, brick. Like, all right, well, I mean that's how you do it. We all float down here. Yeah, that's right. I got nerd in the herd. Wishing you all the best. Thank you, brother. He had a really big trunk and heard he was trying to start an experimental screamo band in his garage. Nice guy. Yeah. What's my weight? Let's find out. I need to weigh myself. So I got up to 240 pounds about 3 weeks ago, and my weight class that I compete at is 100 kilos, so 220. So I've been dieting, trying to get under that. With shoes on, I'm 228.1. So I'm still heavy. I'm also a little bit bloated though. If I think if I take a real nice shit, I'll probably lose 10 pounds. All right, I'm talking too much. I'm gonna have to warm up again. Actually, 225 is fine. So, for anybody that wasn't here when I started, the Camber bar right here has got an extra 4-inch range of motion. And people often ask me, how do you get big old titties besides eating too much? Do you want to do incline or decline to get the bottom boob? Well, that's mostly genetics, but what I tell people is rather than going up or down or straight, stretch. So you want to stretch the pectorals out, and that's how you get your titties bigger. Best way to do that is dumbbells, probably, anything that you can get an extended range of motion. But if you want to do sport specific, powerlifting, what carries over to the flat bench? Camber bar. And the beauty of that is if I'm training, even if I don't go down all the way, even if I go just a little bit past normal, you're training in a compromised position, and that's going to translate really beautifully to the day when you compete. It helps with the sticking point right off the chest, which is most people have. Now, when I bench, I don't bury the weight. I barely touch the chest, and I try to keep constant tension on it. And I like to use a little bit of tempo, which is speed. So I'll do a count either like 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, something like that. But then I act like a trebuchet or, catapult, like I'm loading up. Boom! And I want to fire off the chest, and I'm controlled as fast as you can off. So nice and slow down, power off. Speed is strength. Hey man, I'm in a garage gym channel 2. Can I get a shout out? Nice setup. Yeah, let's check you out, brother. We got Bastion Barbell. Let's go to channel. As soon as my old piece of shit here. We got Bastion Barbell Club. 22 subscribers, 6 videos. I'm gonna go ahead and subscribe. I see you standing next to a Ma Deuce, what it looks like. Is that a 50 cal? I need glasses. You don't look like you're in uniform, but you have a Kevlar helmet on, and you're obviously on a boat or shore defense of some sort. It's a badass picture. I need glasses, so if I'm not calling it out right. Actually, I think I can zoom in. Let me see here. When you zoom in, it makes it blurry. But you're standing next to it looks like a M2 a Browning pretty cool. And then we got so Bastion Barbell Club. Looks like a new channel. Hit me up on Instagram and we'll talk about it. Maybe we can get you dialed in, get you some subscribers. See, I'll check your videos out afterwards. See what you got going on. And that's BASTIAN Barbell, one word. Let's get him some subs, people. Ocean 682, that's either great or really bad. That's good. What's your favorite Sherman? Are you talking about the tank? Yeah, absolutely. He's about Bastion saying thank you. Their overall USS McFall. Oh, okay. I was on the when I was in the Marines. I was on the LSD 25 USS Comstock. Landing ship dock. Do you get Brad protein farts? Damn it! I had your mom joke in the chamber for that. Yeah, sometimes. 51 years old. Yeah, sometimes you get swamp ass or mud butt. I got my mods looking out. So that's two different people with fart jokes. That's interesting. I was gonna say like we like trolls, but you guys kind of suck. You gotta be funny at least. You have to prove to me that your IQ is above 80. Are you the Missouri guy? No. I want to start lifting, but I'm afraid of getting bad protein farts. Well, I don't know. It sucks to be you, I guess. The thropy gravel Marlboros. No, actually, I dumped a barbell on my neck. As a matter of fact, it was this one. It's on video. I almost killed myself in my garage. I don't know what to say. So you see the spotter arms right there? I didn't have those there, and I didn't check. So not only I didn't drop the barbell, I set it down like I was setting it on the arms, and they weren't there. So I pinned myself, and because of the camber, I couldn't roll off the bench. It had me pinned, and I couldn't scream. And my wife was inside; she couldn't hear me, and it felt like an eternity. The video is only a few seconds long, but I started to black out, and just with I really thought I was gonna die. I was like resigning myself to my fate, and then I just gave it one last shot. And I was able to roll out of it, and I put the video up so that everybody could see the dangers of like what can happen if you don't check your equipment before you lift. We like to joke around and shit, but I mean, in all seriousness, yeah, it fucked my voice up. So now I sound like RFK. Yep, I've been having problems ever since I did that. I had a nice Sam Elliott, like Coors, the banquet beer. I had that nice, even like the dude abides. And now I'm like, hey Tootsie, why don't you leave me $5 and come and see you afterwards? They call me Flo. Yeah, baby. That extra 4 inches, man, it doesn't look like much. It adds difficulty. This bar, best purchase I ever made. $185. It works for squats. It's good for rows. If you're doing rows, you get a little extra range of motion. If you're doing squats, it puts the weight a little bit farther, so it sits you on your quads more. And all of those will just slightly compromise extended range of motion. So when you go to compete, put the regular barbell on your back, it's easier. Thanks, Austin. Best part of lift is the one you got. Hell yeah. Dude, for the longest time, my home gym was a barbell, 2 plates, and the fucking corner of a wall. And I just used it as a landmine. And that was the entirety of my gym. I would do pull-ups. I used to bench brake rotors when I was doing automotive jobs on the side. I had a collection of brake rotors. And I took a gas pipe and just put rotors on it. And then, I don't know, they weigh 25 to 45 pounds each. Just make sure that you're even. You don't want to. How much did it weigh? Fuck if I know, but it was heavy. More and more interested in a philosophy that you are in the world where you live. In every other universe, you die except this one. So, yeah, I know it sounds corny, and I always I actually believe that. I mean, we keep going. We live our full lives. All those times you should have been dead in those car accidents or those near-death experiences, like you died in that universe and you just shifted to the alternate one where, because I was thinking about it, like, how did I go from, like, I was growing up, everybody was patriotic, they're proud to be American, best country in the world. We didn't all this racism and this fucking gender bullshit, and everybody's obsessed with sexuality and they identify themselves with what they stick their fucking wieners in. Like, I don't give a fuck what you do with it. Like, now it's like, it's not just something you do, it's who you are as a person, you know? And I was like, what happened to the world? Like, what? How do we grow? How do we get such a fucking whiny, entitled, resentful, hateful, spiteful, ungrateful bunch of fucking pansies that hate the most free and prosperous society that's ever existed, and they act like they're fucking entitled to a living just because they exist? When I was growing up, it was like, you know, hey, dinner's in the fucking microwave. Take care of yourself, kid. And we had freedom. Like, now kids can't walk down the street. They can't go to the fucking corner store. And when I told my daughter Della, when I was her age, I was riding my BMX bike 10 miles from the house. Blazing Spirits, what's up? I nearly died choking. Had to get Heimlich. Going through near death can color life. Yeah, so the theory is you actually did die in that universe, and then you just shifted to the next closest alternate universe where everything's just a little bit. There's like everything's the same, but it's Bernstein instead of Bernstein Bears. It's the Mandela effect. You know, that weird shit like Jiffy peanut butter. Like I will go to my grave believing I saw that fucking comedian Sinbad in an Aladdin movie. I know I saw it. Things have changed so much. But when did it start going to shit? When did we go from being patriotic and loving the country to everybody fucking thinking communism's a good idea? Like, are you retarded? Well, nobody reads fucking. I think the Gulag Archipelago by Alexander Solzhenitsyn should be required reading in schools. They don't teach civics anymore. Nobody knows shit about the government. They're just everybody gets all of their information from legacy media like Fox News and MSNBC and CNN, and they have the audacity to be adamant about their shitty, ill-informed opinions. It's one thing to have to believe something. It's another thing to be so adamant about just fucking how wrong you are. My sister Colleen thinks the November 6th bullshit was an insurrection, and it's all you had to do was go on YouTube and look up some long form video to see the fucking police escorting the motherfucker through there like he was on a tour at a museum. like, just shit like that, you know. And then the 4 years prior to that, when half of DC was on fire, but because it was the left and the Democrats doing it, it didn't even make the news, even though it cost like $1 billion worth of property damage. Yeah, like, just even Babbitt was fake. When I was little, I choked on food like 8 times. Oh damn! I used to have pneumonia when I was a kid. Uh, it was an insurrection. Well, first of all, you got to spell insurrection right, dumbass. You call me a fool. If you're gonna say someone's a fool, you should at least have proper spelling. You're a fucking moron. Insurrection. Fuck off. Like, you think about, like, we had to endure 4 years of these slathering fucking retards doing billions of dollars of property damage, fucking burning cities down. They actually took over Seattle, if you recall. There's an insurrection for you, dumbass. And you have a mild riot, and you have the audacity to, the one time anybody that's mildly right of center stands up for themselves, you're going to say it's like the worst thing that happened since 9/11? Fuck off. If you think for a second that anybody on the right, if we were going to have an insurrection, there would be firearms involved. You see that? You're just fucking retarded. You gotta just. That's like the one thing that actually annoys me, is that people are so ill-informed. Like, my sister literally thought that kid up in Wisconsin that defended himself, she thought he was shooting black people. I was like, did you even watch any of the fucking videos? And then on top of that, when you actually show them video proof, you show them more than the 30 seconds that CNN fucking clipped and tailored to their narrative, and they still don't fucking believe you. So it's pointless. So we call these people ideologically possessed. Now, usually, like when I was on debate in high school, one of the things you had to do is, on the day you had to argue, you would get a coin toss, and you heads or tails meant you argued for or against whatever the topic was. Meaning, you had to know the argument for both sides if you expected to win. Most of the left, all of the progressives, they don't understand their own ideology, let alone are able to argue both sides of something. I usually know their talking points better than they do. And when you ask them questions like, why do you believe what you believe, and you try to go below surface level, they see that as an attack because they don't have an argument. They're just retards regurgitating whatever they saw in the news or whatever was on Twitter. And so what do they immediately do? They start doing personal attacks. They will call you names, you fool. They'll attack you and not the argument. So the first sign you're dealing with an ideologically possessed moron is the second they get off topic and they start picking at you personally. That means that they have no more information or anything of value to add to the conversation. And you're wasting your time, and you can just move on. So, keep that in mind. You're a good dude. I can tell you love knowledge, but I'm like not your enemy. I'm scared of shit. There's nothing wrong with being a Democrat. So if you any of you guys that follow my channel know I'm not a Republican at all. I'm a what do you call it? The guy that doesn't go with anyone, independent. I was a libertarian at one point. I don't have a problem with people having beliefs that are left or right. As a matter of fact, I am pretty socially liberal on a lot of things. And if you honestly believe what you believe and you have a reason for it, and you're open to discourse, that's awesome. Like, we could talk all day long and we could chop it up. What I can't stand are people that are like weaponized ignorance. You can almost parrot all the fucking talking points. They say the same regurgitated shit, and all of their opinions are ill-informed. It's like they're reading off a script. And on top of that, the second you try to understand them, why do you believe what you believe, they become defensive and angry, and they start a fight with you. And it happens on the right too, believe me. There's no ideological possession happens on anywhere there's an ideology. So it's really just a matter of like, are you open-minded? Can you think for yourself? Are you open to having your opinions changed if you're presented with information that's contrary to what you currently believe? And it hurts, like, to find out that you're wrong about something. You go through a little. Everybody wants to be right. They want to feel like they're on the right side. And if I find out I'm wrong about something, it's like, yeah, it's kind of hard. Sorry. But I'm not going to angrily just cling to that belief, just like, like a fucking pit bull on a pork chop. uh, all right, let's get some weightlifting done. So if you're a troll and I don't read your comment, it's because I don't think you have an IQ that's above 80 and it's not funny. And I don't think you're smart enough to offend me. And that's a knife on the counter. I'm throwing out a challenge. We like our trolls. We just you gotta be funny. You gotta either be funny or genuinely offensive. Otherwise, you'll be ignored. Y'all. I just finished my workout. Nice. What's this got to do with Argath on Pizzagate? My IQ is 145. What's yours? Probably 10. My IQ is 145. Are you that guy? You do that at parties? I know what a vagina feels like, so. Why so Zyro? 80 IQ is high. Yeah, we want sword rolls. Nobody likes that guy, Josh. Yosh. What is your opinion on Greenland? I think it's irrelevant. We've always had Greenland. We will always have Greenland. Like, they're kind of arguing over semantics. It's like... I think it's funny, though. It's good talk. It's good times watching the old Don go at it. You love him or hate him, he is by far the most humorous president ever. Oh, maybe Andrew Jackson. I don't know. I bet that guy was a fucking hoot back in the day. He just like took time out of his day to have a fucking duel with someone with a pistol. What's my opinion on Taiwan? Well, what do you mean? Like, give me some context. Like, do they make awesome silicone microchips? Like, we got some. I like their new APC troop carrier. I think that thing's pretty badass. They seem like really awesome people. I actually got to go visit there. I'm scared we will ruin our NATO relationship. Dude, NATO is honestly, it's about time they got their fucking punk cards pulled. They've been. I mean, we are NATO. It's like with all the rhetoric that Trump's thrown out there, he kind of put them on blast for the socialism and all the fucking bullshit that they're doing with like their social media laws, things of that nature. They're basically what they're doing with immigration at the expense of the indigenous population. Europe's just a shit show across the board. And not to say that, it's all fucking roses over here either, but at least we're doing something about it. And he kind of put it, he basically threw down. He threw it down and said, what you going to do about it? And for all the shit that's been talked back and forth, they've been acquiescing. And as a matter of fact, there's a couple of positives that's come out of it. I really like. I mean, Poland is shaping up to be a regional superpower. Uh, I have a lot of friends. It's so funny. I have friends that are actually Mexican. And I told my Mexican friend, and my sister's like, "That's racist." And I go, "Why is that?" He goes, "Not all Latinos are from Mexico." And I'm like, "Well, this one is, dumbass." Christina's in the house. Is she? What's up, baby? She likes turtles. He went KGB in '87. I don't disagree. Oh, somebody asking about my cover, the Eagle, Globe, and Anchor. We have to bring mental institutions back. U.S. versus Denmark. Yeah, they should. You know what? Honestly, if Greenland became part of America, I wonder what that would do for the population that actually lives there, the indigenous population. If there really is, can you say, like, what would indigenous? Well, yeah. I mean, what would that even look like? Is there any way we can get a moment of silence for the Peace Corps? Just remember the verse, the seventh branch of the military. Hey, you know what? Everybody could joke around about the Space Force, but it's legitimate. uh, there's no such thing as used to be a Marine. I am a Marine, motherfucker. I don't mean that like motherfucker. I mean like that's a friendly way. Colloquially. Alright. Tomorrow's what, Thursday? You know, I got this new job, and it's the most money I've ever made in my entire life. And it's an awesome job. I love it. I mean, I love the job, but I hate work. I just don't want to work anymore. I don't want to get up and I don't want to go to work. This fucking shit sucks. Semper Fi, Joe. Should I say Yosh? Being a Marine is like a creed. Well, it's a brotherhood. What kind of work? I'm the director of safety for a facility, Next Power. The big, this specific facility is one of their service stations. They bring all the drilling rigs in and they refurbish them, recertify them, ship them back out. And yeah, basically I run safety for the. It's not very exciting or glamorous, but it pays the bills. Mixed martial artist, what's up, my man? See, I wore these shorts just for you. Oh, what am I doing? You do that? Do that thing where you're like, oops, I dropped that. Oh my. You're not allowed to tell me about leg day if you can't squat at least 3 times your body weight. I don't want to hear shit. Because I can. You should exercise. The president said it's bad for you. He says the body's like a battery. When you run out of energy, you die. Ah, it's smart. I use words and stuff. Breath. Who the fuck? Even if that were true, who's listening to fucking Donald Trump for exercise advice? Gay. So, I would like to live another 20 years if I could be an anthropomorphic, like, bag of sludge that just slithers around and sucks up all of, like a fucking plecostomus, a bottom feeder. Like, you got to be poured into a Walmart shopping cart, like the mobility scooter. Hell yeah, sign me up for 10 years of that shit. That's how I want to live. You can squat 300. Yes, I am an elite ranked uh, powerlifter, one of the best in the world for my age and weight. In March, I was squatting 3.3 times body weight, 700 pounds. In a 220 weight class, I had a 700-pound deadlift, and my bench was 425 pounds. At the age of 51, that puts me 15th all time. Currently, with a competition total of 1650, I'm ranked, I think, 22nd all time, and that's for over 40 lifters. You can look my records up too. That's all verifiable. It's all online. Brent, what's up? All right. You want to know something funny? So here, I'm gonna do leg day for you guys. Ready? So you put the camera lower, and then you raise it up, and now my legs are huge. See, leg day finished. Isn't that awesome? And now my upper body's little. And I'm gonna say I didn't need to do shoulders. See how that works? Oh man, YouTube, why are you so retarded? All right, let me finish my workout. Just double check here. Make sure I don't die. Yeah, I really love that Camber bar, man. It really, a little extended range of motion. Marcus Phoenix, hell yeah. How much do you think Marcus Phoenix benches? He seems like about a 550, 600 pound bencher. All right. So it's 10:54. Tomorrow's squat day. That'll be a much longer workout. Today I was running late. I had to take the kids to. Do it now. Get the lighting in here. Yeah, it's not horrible. My dad went out for milk, cigarettes. The old story. Dad went out for smokes. And normally when I stream, I like to do between an hour and 2 hours, but do your best, Arnold. Nice. Do it. Get to the chopper. Do it now. Yeah, Polly. Yeah. Currently, I'm not sure what my best bench is. Before I had bicep surgery in March, I was hitting right around 415, somewhere in there. Now, gun to my head, probably 375. Because my dad gave for being into femboys as opposed to other kind of boys. Well, it's only gay if your dick's touch. That's what I always say. Get to the chopper. Yeah, Polly, man. We'll take you, Adrian, to the zoo. Take it to the zoo, Rocky. That's where they take all the retards. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, get up, you bum. Get up, 'cause Mickey loves you. He's gonna murderize you. You gotta have about 1,000 pounds of brain damage. Yeah. Brandon, what's up? Yeah, I better slow loose, man. Hey, I'm the law. Hey, Manny, take a giant, big old bowl of dicks and gargle on them. I want to hear you suck a dick up until you hiccup, buddy. That's for my buddy Manny boy. Hey, yo, Will Sasso do the funny. Jesse Ventura. I don't know if I could do Jesse. He's kind of got that. Banned forever. Yeah, dude, I'm a free speech guy. You know, you want to talk shit, you're welcome to talk shit. But hey, just remember, you dish it out, you gotta take it. Sly every 15 minutes. I don't belong here. Bye. You'll be missed. How many different shoes you wear when you wear? I'm usually barefoot, but I have an unhealthy relationship with shoes. I have a collection of Chuck Taylors, Vans, Vibrams. I like shoes. I got lots of pairs, but it's funny because of all the pairs of shoes I got. I mostly train barefoot. Uh, Lada Beach. uh, you gotta donate. C. Oh yeah, yeah. What you need help with, Brandon? What's up? Talk to me, baby. What's a good workout routine Monday through Friday, dude? I'm fully like. Are you a beginner? Do you want? What's your goals? What are you trying to? What are you trying to achieve with working out? Do you want better physique? Do you want to be stronger? All the above. Some guys just want to look pretty in underwear. Some want to be fucking he beasts. Some of them, I don't know. Some of them suffer from body dysmorphia and crippling self-esteem issues, and their mommy didn't love them, and they never got encouragement. So they got to be the best at every fucking thing they do in life, and such is the way of possession until we die alone. Or do you just want to get, lower your blood pressure a little bit? Something in the middle there. I'm trying to drop to 220. So we're trying to lose weight. Well, I'm a firm believer that if you just do strength training and start watching your diet, the rest will take care of itself. I'm not a big fan of dieting. I am a big fan of counting or keeping it tracking your calories in, calories out. We can't bend the laws of thermodynamics, so matter cannot be created. So you got to eat in order to have mass. The same thing is you got to subtract in order to lose it. But that being said, I'm not. I usually try to get people just working out regularly, and then hopefully they'll make some dietary changes, like make small changes, like get rid of instead of getting rid of eating sandwiches, maybe get rid of mayonnaise and switch for mustard, that kind of thing. But do you want to get down to 220? How much do you weigh now? How do I send a gift on live? I have no idea. It's a good question. Bet how many upper body workouts in a day? I would say so. Usually, what I tell people if they're new to barbell sports, I'm a big fan of compound barbell lifting. And I like to point people in like one or two, like the starting strength 5x5 or the Wendler 531. For a minimum of 6 weeks, you do those. That's like the best starting program. And if you do that program as prescribed, within 6 weeks, you're going to really like the results you're getting. Provided you do the program as prescribed. You got to start with the appropriate amount of weight and make sure you do the linear progression. It's 3 times a week, bench, squat, deadlift, and accessories to go with it. And it's exactly what it sounds like, 5 sets of 5, linear progression. Dieting. Dieting is, you can do one of two things. You can eat less or you can burn more calories. I like to go for the latter over the former. Bench 315 right after I turned 18 years old for 5 raw. Nice. That's fucking strong. There's a $sign on the right hand of the screen. Oh yeah, there's like a little money thing. Show your support for Gen X Power. I've never really pushed trying to not saying hey, you want to throw money at me, I'm not going to turn it down. Brandon, why don't you hit me up on Instagram so we can talk about it off stream? Maybe we can get a little more context, see what your situation is, and I tell people I offer this all the time. Nobody takes me up on it, but I can maybe even do schedule like a video call or something along those lines. So, well, all right. So in the bottom where it says chat, you got a smiley face. You got what looks like a dollar bill. You got a graph that says create a poll, and you got a heart that's got emojis. I'm guessing the one that looks like a dollar bill says show your support for Gen X Power. And then here we got super chat. Make your message stand out. I tried to read all the messages already anyways. Whoa! Oh, so I can send a super chat for $10? That would be sweet. I'm gonna send $10 to myself. Or what do we got this? I do have a membership, so I'm launching a Discord server, and the membership to join that is $1.99 a month. Now, normally I wouldn't charge for the Discord server, but I had one and it was free. And because it was free, it was a total fucking vomitorium. All I got was like pornography and just a bunch of other bullshit. So I figured if I charged $1.99, it would keep like the shitty riffraff out. And if a troll is willing to pay $2 a month to send me his dick pics, the moderators can keep up with a couple of them. But it was just a vomitorium. It was bad. This is for balance. We'll do a set of curls to failure. Sheesh. How old is this dude? 51. Thanks, Jay. It's the right angle of the camera. It's all lighting. It's lies. Yeah. The body runs slower with less food. Not a 75. Yeah. His legs are huge. I guarantee you they're bigger than your legs. Oh, I don't. They don't give a fuck. Like, I'm not a bodybuilder. I don't care if they're big, as long as they're strong. Yeah, I don't know. See if I can see any striations. Not quite. Still gotta trim a couple of calories. Do you ever collab with Men of Faction? No, it's not ringing a bell. Looks 70. Thank you. I appreciate that. You guys are nice. I really like. I bet you're a lot of fun at parties. Someone who just lost 100 pounds recently. One thing not to regret is you're okay. And next, hey, just remember if you want final touches or modifications of Discord. Yeah, I'm gonna hit you up tomorrow when I get a chance. I've been saying that every day, dude. Work's been super busy. Thank you, Jay. It's 11 o'clock. I'm gonna get offline. This is way short for me. Normally, I try to stay on longer, but I got a way late start. So tomorrow's squat day. So people can tell me to do legs while I'm doing legs. Men of Action. Check out that Marine out of Men of Action. Yeah, okay. Hope you're doing well. Diesel Bones. Yeah, I'm doing all right, man. All right, guys. I'll see you. I love y'all. I'll see you on the battlefield.